My name is Plazi Alawi, and this is West Africa dance, Agbadja, Chimo, and Kamo to involve. And all this rhythm and dance is for joy and happiness. And we dance this throughout the generation. And I enjoy dancing this because it reminds me all the good time we have during festivals, wedding, and also on. So this dance and this movement are from the dance of war, dance of hunting, and dance of joy and harvest. So we gather all this and we make it one. Then it's a celebration and joy.
Game On Agbadja is a performance which was videoed, which arose out of a research trip I made in November and December of 2016 to Columbia University in New York City, during which I interviewed a number of economists, including Ratnam and most particularly Jeffrey Sachs. I was hugely influenced by Jeffrey Sachs' work in the course of much of my work around this time. And when I met him in his home in the East Village, I was particularly struck by his calm and his commitment to issues that affect us all. He seemed to have an unfailingly positive view of humanity, despite the fact that he'd spent most of his life striving and working towards awareness of issues that are hugely important, to include the ongoing and increasingly serious nature of inequality and climate change. You know, he conceded to me that his biggest issue was getting the points out there and asking people to listen. And we discussed at length the fact that, I suppose, self-obsession is a huge part of the world today. And I suppose we had a long conversation about balance and about yoga and about trying to achieve balance in a collective consciousness situation. This, I suppose, inspired me to consider the idea of a game, because I was also very influenced by the work and writings of Ratnam, who's a significant authority on game theory. And I developed a game and a plan for a game called Game On. The Agbadja game involves two players facing each other and moving with a rhythm to effect symmetry. The goal for this game is for each player to make rational choices based on their perception of the other player's strategic action to keep the rhythm and symmetrical movement. So it is a same symmetry game as opposed to an adversarial game. There are 5 wheel movements in this game, 3 arm movements and 2 leg movements. The arm movements are basically arm up, arm to the right and arm left. The leg movements, left leg up, right leg up. I presented a series of the possibilities of this game in a simple format, and also presented the payoffs for the game, which essentially is perfect symmetry or rhythm. The movement itself is called Agbadja, and it's the first movement in a Togolese celebration dance where ideally there are large numbers of players or dancers in symmetry and rhythm. I became aware of the Agbadja game through my collaboration with a Togolese choreographer and dancer and artist called Plazi Alawi, and he explained to me the significance of this dance as a dance which encompasses emotion in terms of celebration, but also emotion in times of mourning. And it seemed to me that it was the perfect starting point for the game.